Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Yitzhak Sasson from Aliyah Lift Shipping, and today we are going to talk about container shipping logistics. But first, what is a container shipment? A container shipment is a cost-effective way to ship to Israel. A container is a dedicated shipment with only one shipper's goods loaded inside, and the container and all its contents are the shipper's financial responsibility. There are 3 container loading scenarios depending upon location and the sailing schedule. Number 1, the shipment is loaded into the container at the residence and the container is returned to the port the same day. Number 2, the shipment is picked up from the residence and taken to our agent's warehouse and loaded into a container later. And number 3, the shipment is loaded directly from the home or the agent's warehouse and returned to the rail depot. So we're going to elaborate on all 3 of these now. Loading at the residence. This is applicable when the residence is near the port of departure. Let's say, for example, someone lives in New York, in Miami, or Los Angeles. These locations are next to the port of departure. Household goods are loaded from the residence directly into the container. A seal is placed on the door of the container. A seal is like a lock of sorts. The container is returned to the port and loaded on the scheduled vessel. Warehouse loading. This is applicable when the shipping line's sailing schedule does not allow the container to be loaded directly from the home. This situation can apply to a residence near a port, like New York or Los Angeles, or to an inland residence like Detroit or St. Louis. Household goods are loaded into the container. Once again, a seal is placed on the door of the container. The container is returned to the port or the rail depot so that it can be transported to the port and loaded on the scheduled vessel. And the third scenario is inland with rail depot. This is applicable when the residence is inland and near a rail depot, for example, like Chicago or Denver, Kansas City. They're not near the ocean, they're not near a port, so they have rail depots to service places inland, large cities inland. Household goods are loaded from the residence or warehouse into the container. A seal is placed on the door of the container, and the container is returned to the rail depot, transported to the port, and loaded onto the scheduled vessel. Shipping to Israel. Shipping vessels make multiple stops at ports along the coast before crossing the Atlantic. Shipping vessels make multiple stops en route from Los Angeles to Israel. It's not a straight sailing from point A to point B. It's not cost effective for shipping lines. The sailing time is subject to change without notice. Most sailing routes involve a transshipment. What's a transshipment? Well, that's a great question. A transshipment is when the container is unloaded from one vessel and loaded onto the second vessel at a later time to complete the voyage. The container sits at the port for about a week or so until loaded on the second vessel. Transshipment ports are in countries like Spain, Italy, or Turkey. Delivery in Israel. Once the container arrives and custom clearance is completed, delivery is set up. When possible, the container is brought to the residence and unloaded into the home. Due to Israel's unique character, sometimes this is not possible. Therefore, it's important to review our proposal for all potential delivery difficulties. This video might give you some questions, and if you have questions, please send them our way. I've listed below a number of ways to contact us and send your questions. We do not want you to feel lost or confused. We want you only to be knowledgeable and comfortable and happy with what's going on. And if you're happy with what's going on, then you're going to truly love our free gift for you, which is a coffee or tea mug for choosing us to handle your shipment to Israel. We think this mug is beautiful, and other people have told us too, so therefore it must be true. And we want you to have one. We want you to have one because we want to work with you. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.